It's time to remember who you are and why you're here. Welcome to Soul Truth, where you learn that you are more than just a body. You are a luminous being with purpose and power. I'm Nancy Mae, energy practitioner and soul guide, here to help you explore the deeper layers of healing with practical tools, soul-led meditations, and heart-opening conversations designed to expand your awareness. If you're ready to live your truth and align with your soul, this podcast is for you. Welcome, beautiful souls, wherever you're listening from. I invite you to take a moment to arrive. Whether you're driving or walking or sitting somewhere quiet, let your shoulders soften, let your breath settle. And before we begin, a gentle reminder. The insights shared on this podcast are intended as soulful guidance and spiritual perspective. They're offered to inspire reflection, energetic awareness, and connection, not as medical, psychological, or legal advice. Intuitive work is a deeply personal experience. It's interpretive, not predictive, and cannot guarantee specific outcomes. This space is meant to honor your inner wisdom. You're always encouraged to trust your own discernment, take what resonates, and leave what doesn't. Your body, your soul, and your journey are uniquely yours, and you're the ultimate guide to your own life. My intention is always to simply hold space for reflection, compassion, and possibility. To gently remind you that you're supported by your own inner guidance, your soul team, and the greater energies around you. As we venture into today's topic, I invite you to notice your breath and to take a slow, gentle inhale and a slow, gentle exhale, allowing yourself to fully arrive. Today, we're going to be talking about channeling, what it is, what it isn't, why it matters, and my own journey, often messy, often resistant, into accepting this part of myself, this part that can channel. This is a topic that carries a lot of curiosity, a lot of misunderstanding, and sometimes a lot of fear. So my intention today is to approach it honestly and in a grounded way, rooted in lived experience. You don't need to believe anything. You don't need to identify as intuitive. You're simply invited to listen and notice what resonates for you. At its simplest, channeling is the act of receiving information, energy, or guidance from beyond the thinking mind and allowing it to move through you in a way that feels natural and embodied. Some definitions describe channeling as acting as a conduit for non-physical beings or higher consciousness. Others describe it as intuition, inspiration, or creative flow. Here's how I experience it. Channeling is translating non-physical information through your body and nervous system into something that can be felt, understood, or shared. That might look like a sudden knowing, an intuitive nudge, words arriving without effort, sensations, emotions, a creative idea that feels like it came from somewhere else. When you get a hunch, when you feel guided to pause or turn or say something, when insight drops in without effort, to me that's channeling. And here's something important and grounding. We are all channels. I remember standing in line a few years back when someone casually said, "Everyone's a channel." I was so incredibly grateful to hear this because I was still struggling with calling myself a channel. Something in my body, and even my mind, recognized the truth of what this person had said. Channeling isn't rare. What's rare is trusting what we receive. I had a lot of resistance to the word channel. I felt it was too out there, too woo-woo, too risky, like I wouldn't be taken seriously, and that people wouldn't believe me. A big theme in my life has been wanting to fit in, wanting to be liked, wanting to be wanted. I often joke that I look like I fit in, and then I open my mouth. As the wonderful Walter Makichen once said to me, "You are a truth channel. People need to be ready for this when they work with you." I don't sugarcoat, and that scared me for a long time. I spent years overgiving, pleasing, accommodating, trying to soften myself so others would feel comfortable. But truth doesn't always feel comfortable, and neither does fully being yourself. For many years, channeling showed up quietly in my life. During meditation, in sessions with clients, and even in everyday moments like showering and walking. I'd see images or hear words or phrases and feel sensations in my body. And sometimes it was very ordinary, like receiving practical guidance that later proved itself useful. Channeling isn't always cosmic. Often it's deeply human. One of my favorite little stories illustrating this actually involves something very ordinary, a frying pan. My daughters love to cook, and every once in a while after they're done, there's this thick black residue stuck to the bottom of the pan. And I mean stuck. I tried everything, soaking it, scrubbing it, different soaps. Nothing worked. At one point, I just thought, okay, maybe this is just the pan we use when they cook. I was ready to surrender. Later that day, completely out of nowhere, I heard the words baking soda, clear as day. I actually laughed out loud and said, "Baking soda? Really?" It wasn't something I had been thinking about. It didn't feel like my own thought stream. It just dropped in. So I sprinkled baking soda into the pan, scrubbed it, and just like that, the black residue disappeared. And in that moment, I knew, with a capital K, that I had not generated that idea on my own. We are supported in ways that are often subtle and surprisingly practical. For me, it was this sweet confirmation that we're never navigating life alone. There are helpers, you might call them your soul team, available to us. Not in some dramatic, booming voice way, but in quiet, everyday guidance. Sometimes it's profound spiritual insight, and sometimes it's baking soda. During my own fertility journey, I had the privilege of working with the late Walter Makichen, a world-renowned spirit baby expert and author of Spirit Babies, How to Communicate with the Child You're Meant to Have. With his guidance, I brought in my second daughter. Walter helped me to see that I could communicate with spirit babies, and that felt meaningful, that felt grounded, that felt acceptable. But when Walter said I had always wanted to be a channel, I assumed he meant only spirit babies. I didn't realize then that this was just the beginning. After Walter passed in 2011, my work expanded. I began connecting not only with spirit babies, but with angels, guides, and other supportive energies. What I came to call the higher ups. At the time, I didn't think it was unusual, and it took me many years to realize this breadth of connection was part of my soul's agreement for this lifetime. Around 2020, something began to shift. The vibration of the energies I was connecting with, especially spirit babies, started to rise. It felt like a collective moment of readiness, like souls were wanting to come in and help anchor a more heart-based way of living. Messages began arriving more frequently during meditation, while driving, while living my life. I started recording them, and by 2022, it became crystal clear that I was meant to write and teach this material. When I shared it with clients and students, the results were profound. That's when I understood what Walter meant all those years ago. Before we arrive here, we create soul contracts. Some of us have contracts to be channels, some of us to be teachers, some of us to be parents, some of us to be business people. But again, we are all channels. You don't need to use that word. You're already receiving information constantly. The question isn't, are you channeling? The question is whether you trust what you receive. Have you ever felt the presence of someone you love who has passed? Perhaps through a song, a butterfly, a quiet sense of being accompanied. That's connection. That's communication beyond words. You don't need to be defined by it. You don't need to label it. Just notice. I'm going to lead you through a meditation here to help you connect in. And for this meditation, I invite you to be seated or lying down. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, simply open your eyes and return to your breath. Channeling is not about leaving your body. It's about being more fully in it. So go ahead and close your eyes and begin slowly inhaling through your nose and slowly exhaling. And doing this again, bringing awareness to the inhale and the exhale. Bring your attention to your feet, your legs, and your hips. And say a beautiful hello to these parts of your body. And then from the bottom of your feet, imagine gentle roots extending from the soles of your feet, moving downward into the earth below, finding a place that feels steady and calm. No efforting, just allowing. Noticing where these roots go in the beautiful earth. And perhaps saying a beautiful hello to Mother Earth and thanking her for all she does. Making sure you feel rooted to the earth. Perhaps you bring your attention to the bottom of your tailbone where your first chakra resides. And perhaps you say hello to this part of you. Perhaps you drop a beautiful grounding cord from your first chakra area deep into the center of the earth. Might look like a root or the trunk of a tree, maybe a waterfall, perhaps a cascade of crystals. Perhaps it's a feeling. To allow yourself to be completely supported by the earth. Then slowly bring awareness to your heart space in the center of your chest. Imagine this beautiful area softening, opening, expanding. Channeling flows through the heart, not the mind. So picture a gentle column of light grounded into the earth below, open to the sky above, and flowing through your heart. You are the meeting point with this beautiful light above you, below you, and flowing through you. If it feels right, silently invite support. I welcome those energies aligned with love, integrity, and my highest good in the ways that are supportive and nourishing for me right here, right now. And notice what you notice. Warmth, calm, a tingly sensation, or nothing at all. All experiences are valid. From the heart, I invite you to ask a simple question. What wants my attention right now? Or what would support me today? Then listen. If nothing comes, that's okay. Silence is information too. And if something does arise, gently ask, does this feel true in my body? Let it settle without trying to figure it out. And if you so choose, ask if there's a certain helper that's here to guide you through your day. And then notice what you notice. If you see, hear, or sense a helper, ask if they have a message for you. This might come as a word or phrase, a symbol, a knowing, a felt sense, or something else altogether. And it might come as silence. It's all useful information. When you're ready, imagine the flow of light gently easing, like closing a door halfway, and silently say, "Thank you. I'm complete for now." Return to your breath, slowly inhaling through your nose and slowly exhaling. Opening your eyes, looking around the room or the space where you are residing right now. Feeling your feet on the floor wherever they might be, wiggling your fingers and toes very gently, then moving any other part of your body that feels supportive. And as we end this meditation today, remember, channeling is not about being special. It's about being present. You are already connected. And until next time, I invite you to play around with this, to stay grounded, and to keep walking your path. Sending lots of love. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me on Soul Truth with Nancy Mae. If today's episode inspired you, please follow the show on your favorite podcast app and share this with someone who is ready to remember who they are and why they're here. To keep exploring and receiving more soul-nourishing content, visit me at nancymay.com. Until next time, keep listening to your heart and living your truth. Your soul knows the way.